Chapter 1. Miriam stepped back and admired the matching quilts lying on the twin beds in her room. Gifts from her grandmother before she died. The pastel circles of yellow, powder blue, and pink were framed by a simple blue border in a traditional double wedding ring pattern. They were finally making a debut, just in time for company. "Your room looks nice." Mom walked in carrying a wicker basket filled with towels to be folded. "Your mommy would be pleased that you saved her quilts for a special occasion." She glanced at the white vase full of pink roses on the nightstand and smiled. "Ah, fresh flowers, too." Her mother unloaded the towels onto Miriam's bed, and they each reached for one as Mom's eyes traveled around the room. When her mother nodded in approval, Miriam grinned. "When will she be here?" Mom placed a folded blue towel on top of Miriam's green one. "Not for a couple of hours. Your dad hired a driver, and they went to go pick her up at the airport." Miriam couldn't wait to hear about her cousin's travels and life in the English world. Shelby was 18 too, and for Miriam it would be like having a sister for the summer. A nice change from a house full of brothers. Even though Miriam was enjoying her Rumspringa, she'd done little more than travel to Lancaster to see a movie. Her English cousin was coming all the way from Texas, a small town called Fayetteville. "I'm excited about Shelby coming, Mom. I can't wait to meet her." Miriam reached for the last towel to be folded as her mother let out a heavy sigh. "I know you are, and we're glad to have Shelby come stay. But—" Mom edged toward the nightstand, repositioned a box of tissue next to a lantern, then turned to Miriam. "We told you, times have been hot for Shelby. Her parents got a divorce, and Shelby got in some kind of trouble." Miriam couldn't imagine what divorce would be like. It was unheard of in their old order Amish district. "What kind of trouble?" Miriam sat down on her bed, crossed her ankles, and leaned back on her palms. Her mother said that Shelby was spending time with the wrong young people. Mom sat down on the bed beside her, and Miriam watched her mother's forehead crinkle as her lips tightened into a frown. She knew her mother was concerned about having a young Englishwoman come for such a long visit. "Was she shunned by her family?" Mom shook her head. "No, the English don't shun the way—" Her mother cocked her head to one side, then met eyes with Miriam. "Yeah, I guess, in a way. Shelby is being shunned. She's being sent away from her family and friends for not following the rules." Miriam sat taller and folded her hands in her lap. "I'm going to try my best to make her feel welcome here." "I know you will, Miriam." Mom patted her leg, then cupped Miriam's cheek in her hand. "Please tell me that I don't need to worry about you being taken in by Shelby's worldly ways." Miriam looked at her mother and said earnestly, "I won't, Mom.